This was a comment I got on a TikTok video about global entry. If this is you and you are struggling with getting a global entry interview appointment, keep watching, because in this video, I'm going to share with you 2 ways to secure a global entry interview appointment and finally get global entry. If you're new to global entry and have no idea how to get it or what it is, let me quickly break it down for you. When you go on an international trip, you have to go through customs on your way back into the country. Every country has this. Global Entry is a program with Customs and Border Protection, which is within Homeland Security. And with this program, it allows you to get into an expedited line when you're going through customs on your way back into the US. The thing about customs lines is that depending on the airport, the time of day, and the season, some of these lines can get really backed up and you might be waiting a while. So getting global entry can potentially save you a ton of time. And the good thing about global entry is that you automatically get TSA Precheck, which means you can use the TSA Precheck line when you're going through security. Essentially, you're saving time on the front end of your trip and the back end of your trip. And with global entry, you'll have access to this line for 5 years with the option to renew. However, to get access to this amazing expedited line at customs and to get that automatic TSA PreCheck, you have to go through a process. You have to apply, do a background check, and have an interview. So if you're at the stage where you're just starting, you haven't even started your application process, you're just looking for information on how to get global entry, maybe you're looking for a step-by-step guide, I have a video on my channel all about how to get global entry step-by-step. I talk about the whole process and even what the interview is like. I'll leave that link down in the description box below. But I'm guessing that most of you are here because you've signed up for global entry, you've gotten to the point where you've been conditionally approved, and now you're at the place where you just need your interview, but you can't get an appointment. Don't worry, you are not alone. For the past couple of years, enrollment centers have been seriously backed up, and appointments are so difficult to find that some people haven't been able to find a global entry interview appointment for months, especially if you live in a city like Nashville, Charlotte, or Tampa, which are notoriously known for never having global entry appointment slots. So let's talk about the first way to snag a global entry interview appointment, which is enrollment on arrival. This option is only available to applicants that have already been conditionally approved. If you haven't been conditionally approved, this option is not going to work for you. If you're not sure if you've been conditionally approved yet, you can go into your Trusted Traveler account and check your status, or you can call your closest enrollment center and see if they can help you. Enrollment on Arrival is a program that allows you to have your global entry interview upon returning to the US from an international trip. So this option completely eliminates the need to even make a global entry interview appointment. All you do is once you've landed and gotten off the plane, there are going to be signs directing you to Customs and Border Protection. Follow the signs, have your interview, and that's it. It's that simple. When you are conditionally approved, you should have gotten an email that will break down everything you need to know about your interview and what documents you need to bring. Check that email to make sure you know exactly what documentation you need to bring. So you'll want to make sure you have all that documentation ready prior to taking your trip, and then take that stuff with you on your trip. That way, when you come back and you land, you'll be ready for your interview. I do want to warn you that not every airport participates in enrollment on arrival, so I will leave a link in the description box with a list of all of the airports that participate in the enrollment on arrival program. If you're not planning on traveling internationally soon, but still need to find your global entry interview appointment, this next option is for you, and that is Global Entry Spotter. Global Entry Spotter is a service that will send you text alerts whenever a global entry interview slot opens up at your desired enrollment center. So here's how it works. The service costs a one-time fee of $25. And once you sign up for Global Entry Spotter, you can create an account and can choose your top 3 enrollment centers. I would suggest choosing your home airport and then 2 other airports that you have access to or that you fly through pretty often. Once you've chosen your locations, then you can choose your alert frequency and date range. Something I love about this service is that you can sign up for both text alerts and email alerts. This is great for anyone who can't always get to their phone, but they do have access to their email. And after you've set those, they do the rest. They're doing the legwork for you of scanning the locations whenever an interview appointment slot opens up that fits your parameters. The alerts are pretty standard and have the location, the date, and the time of the interview slot. Once you get an alert though, you have to act fast. You'll be redirected to the Trusted Traveler website, and then from there you can book your appointment. But remember, these appointments go quick. I mean, within minutes of them opening up. So once you get your alert, you have to act as fast fast as you can in order to secure your spot. And you can keep receiving messages just in case another appointment opens up that's better for you in your timeline. Once you've secured your appointment and go through your interview, you can unsubscribe from the service. There are other services that will provide alerts as well. With most of them, they either limit the amount of alerts that you can get or limit you to just one enrollment center. So you pay a fee to get alerts for a limited amount of time. And most of the time it's about a month, like around 30 days or so. But what I like about Global Entry Spotter is that it's not a subscription service. It's a one-time fee that you pay and you get unlimited alerts, and you get to pick 3 enrollment centers. They even say that most people that use their services get their first alert within 24 hours of signing up. And most people are able to secure a Global Entry interview appointment within the first month of signing up. And the best part of it all is, let's say you can't make your appointment and you need to reschedule or cancel, you can opt back into their services and get alerts for no additional fee. What makes Global Entry Spotter so effective is their data. On their website, they have a color-coded map that will show you in real time how difficult it is to get an appointment at each enrollment center in the country. And below that is a table that gives you the probability and the location details of each center. And once you click into a specific location, it will tell you the most popular day that new appointments were released in that location, the most popular time of these new releases, and how long you would have had to check in order to snag one of these appointments. And they'll even tell you the best day and time to check that enrollment center's calendar for new appointments for that location. So they really do give you extensive data to work with. So technically, this is something that you could do for yourself. You could continue to check back in at your enrollment center's calendar to see if any cancellations have popped up, any new slots, new appointments have popped up. I mean, that's what I did to get my interview. However, this was a few years ago when the demand wasn't as high. I was also unemployed and on the internet 24/7. So trust me, it's less than ideal. Honestly, I wish something like Global Entry Spotter was around when I was trying to get my initial interview. I was working on a hope and a prayer then, okay? But if you have a busy life like most of us do, you want access to all of this data without actually having to do any legwork, this is a great option for you. Something to note though is that if you are renewing Global Entry, there is a Zoom pilot option for your renewal interview. Global Entry Spotter does not work for this, so just keep that in mind. For more information on enrollment on arrival and Global Entry Spotter, I've left a bunch of information down in the description box below. See you next time. Bye.